Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Felrose here, bringing you some more Pokemon Go Battle League content. This week's battles are done in the Ultra League Remix Cup, aka XL Cup. So, yeah, it's not exactly great, but that's all right. So this particular week's video, we're going to be rocking Nidoqueen Double Dark. So Nidoqueen is one of my favorite GBL mons. And the Nidoqueen Double Dark is a line that I pretty much have adopted since the first day of Season 8 when it came out with the Poison update. And while I won't take credit for the Double Dark line, I definitely will take credit for like Nidoqueen, Scrafty, Umbreon, the line that I was running since day 1 of Season 8. Put it on Zionic's channel. And this is the line that we came up with in the Ultra League remix of that same season where I pushed leaderboards. So let's get into these battles here. Nidoqueen, Scrafty are standard, and then Mandibuzz is rocking that Dark Pulse for the extra oomph and the extra damage that it'll do in those matchups. So let's get into these battles here. This is going to be, again, Ultra League remix, and we are hoping to get some good ones here. So we've got Luxray on the lead. So this is an excellent lead. Electric types, we just kind of dominate those. There's not really much to have here. We're just going to keep throwing Poison Fangs, maybe bait the Earth Power, see if we can get shields. If my opponent's not swapping out of this, they may be completely weak to Nidoqueen, and so that's kind of what I'm hoping for. So just going to play this one out here, and keep throwing Poison Fangs, get shields. Yeah, you know the deal. So in most cases, though, you do want to swap out as an ABB line. Just try and bait out the hard counter to Scrafty, maybe a Charmer or something like that. Let Nidoqueen come in and handle it, but in this kind of matchup, you just stay in. Now, I did catch the Psychic Fang on the Mandibuzz, knowing that it was going to take 3 Snarls to get there. So we caught that. Now, defense is dropped, but they're probably running Wild Charge. So I will look to farm down here, but I will shield once because I don't want to take a Wild Charge on my Mandibuzz. So my opponent now swaps into a Surfetch, and I've got so much energy that these Aerial Aces are going to really hurt. So you'll see in a moment here that an Aerial Ace is just going to chunk so much HP off of a Surfetch with how squishy it is. It's almost half. It's about half its HP. So I'm going to get to another Aerial Ace before they can get to a move, and now my opponent either has to shield or go down with all this energy. And they decide to shield. So they're going to go for a move here, and this is 8 counters. So I know it's going to be a Brave Bird. I'm going to let it go. And if it is a Brave Bird, which indeed it is, I will actually come in with Nidoqueen and farm down here, and my opponent has to come in with Luxray or concede here. They concede. So whatever they had in the back was not happy to see my Nidoqueen. So moving into this next battle here, we've got Nidoqueen on the lead versus Machamp. Now this is a dominating matchup, and I want to keep alignment in this particular case. So they're going to come in with Lapras. The only answer I have to Lapras is Scrafty, so I am forced to bring it here. We're just going to punch things here. This is what Scrafty does best. He punches and gets stronger as he does it. So, Ultra League Remix, guys. It's fun for a few days. It's just these XLs, they take so long. So, this particular matchup, I'm not really looking to do anything else other than come out with a bunch of energy. Hit that Machamp with a Foul Play or two if I can. And then just let Nidoqueen come in and handle the rest. I'm just going to punch down. Nothing too fancy here, leaving the Machamp with as little farm as we can. I'm going to throw the Foul Play as soon as I see the Machamp come out here. And I do, so there's going to be the Foul Play is going to come out. I could have gone for Pup first to boost the damage. They might not shield either way, but I'm not sure what they're doing, so I'm just going to go for the guaranteed damage. Now, I could have gotten to the Foul Play, but I ripped the cord a little too early on the energy, so I want to go for a Power Up Punch for the guaranteed damage here. Scrafty goes down. We're coming back in with the Nidoqueen here in an excellent matchup, and they're not swapping out. Nidoqueen is going to dominate this team. So my opponent's not swapping out here, so whatever they have in the back could be a Charmer, could be a Melmetal. It's a Melmetal, so we're going to go straight for the Earth Powers in this matchup. I'm not messing around with this. There's no point because I know that this thing does nothing but resisted damage to me, and I can get to 3 Earth Powers long before this Metal will be able to take me out and burn both my shields. So, looking to just let Nidoqueen do her thing. We're going to go straight Poison Fangs now. With such little HP, there's no point in going for Earth Powers. And then, once the Melmetal goes down, we're going to let either Nidoqueen or Mandibuzz, one of the two, are going to clean up this matchup. So, excellent, excellent team here. If your opponent isn't packing the triple hard counters to it, you're good. Like, unless you lose alignment or the opponent has a triple hard counter kind of team, this is such a versatile and strong team it can plow through just about everything that isn't prepared for it. So we're looking to just get Poison Fangs. My opponent's going to shield. I'm going to continue just going for Poison Jab, Poison Fang. Either the poison damage is going to take him out, or the Mandibuzz will. So just going to keep ripping some damage here, and that Machamp is going to go down to Poison Jabs, and that is GG's. Got this next battle coming up here with Nidoqueen versus Mandibuzz. Now, Mandibuzz is a very popular lead in the Ultra League Remix Cup here. What I need to do here is I need to chip this Mandibuzz down with Nidoqueen. But one of the things that I like to do is not necessarily go straight for Poison Fang, even though I know that it's necessarily better for damage, especially when you're using a debuff move. But I like to try and keep some extra energy for the back end for later. That way, just in case there's something else in the back that Nidoqueen wants to see, I can handle it. You know, Mandibuzz being weak to Charm, there could be a Steel type in the back, there could be a another Melmetal maybe. So we're just going to go straight for Poison Fangs, and when it comes to Mandibuzz, they'll either swap out knowing they can't win this matchup, or like that, and Nidoqueen comes in, and I'm going to count up to 8 Poison Jabs and swap to Mandibuzz on number 8 to catch that Earth Power. Strength. We've got the strength. Because now we've got an energy advantage with that Snarl we snuck in, and they did a bunch of a little bit of resisted damage here. So I'm going to look to just start lobbing Dark Pulses. I don't necessarily need to win switch here because the Mandibuzz is such a neutral matchup. Otherwise, it doesn't, like, Scrafty's not going to be good here. But at the same time, you know, those counters and power-up punches will pack a punch. They'll do some damage over time that Mandibuzz may need to go down anyway, so... Just looking to continue to play out this matchup. Again, that's XL City. These matchups take so long. I can't speed these battles up enough and keep our sanity in the meanwhile. So, looking to just throw another Dark Pulse here. We get a shield off that Nidoqueen. Now, here's the thing with this matchup here is that I know that I can survive this. And I'm going to look to hopefully keep... Yep, that 1 HP, so I can get the Dark Pulse off right there. So I'm hoping this takes out the Nidoqueen, because if it doesn't, now what I'm looking to do is I'm going to come in with my own Nidoqueen and try and farm it down. But they switch into a Jellicent. And Jellicent is one of the hardest counters to Nidoqueen in this Remix Cup. So I'm just going to throw an Earth Power. I'm going to try and do some chip damage here. And then I'm just going to go straight for Poison Fangs, baiting that first one with baiting the first Poison Fang as though it were an Earth Power. Just try and getting that last shield, but they don't fall for it. My opponent is now in a prime position to either farm me down or Bubble Beam me or Ice Beam me, whatever move they're rocking, and they're going to be able to do just that. They've got me locked in here, and there's not much I can do. I'm kind of just trying to burn the clock. Not to it. So I'm going to shield this first move here, just to try and guarantee that I get this Poison Fang off. My opponent is just probably going to let it go. And what I need to do here is I need to come in with something that I was going to try and come in with Mandibuzz to try and do a little bit of damage, but unfortunately wasn't able to quite do that. So I let the Nidoqueen go down, and I come in with Scrafty, hoping to scare off that Jellicent and bring in something else. I need to get rid of this Mandibuzz. Jellicent and Nidoqueen are super low, and I am just really hoping to pull this out before the timer comes up, because I know this game has gone on for quite a while, and that is just the name of the game here in the Ultra League Remix Cup, and even in Ultra League Open too. There's just so many XLs running around, and it's just going to be timeouts all over the place. So I cannot tell you how many times I've had timeouts. Now I look to catch a move here, because I have not yet seen the timer come up, so I'm hoping that I'm going to be having just enough time to be able to come in, and unfortunately the timer's down to 10 seconds, so now all my opponent has to do is wait out the switch timer, and that's GG's. So I don't really think I had a way out of that one. They had a shield. They had more mons than I did. I don't think there was any way out of that one for me. So GG's to my opponent there. Onward and upward, though, right? So the next one, we got another Mandibuzz lead. Same thing. We just want to either whittle it down or get some energy and bail. Try and maybe get them to switch out something else so I can deal with it later. Now, I do swap on the 4th Snarl to catch a dark move on my Mandibuzz. And I get the Dark Pulse, which is good, but my opponent doesn't swap out, so I'm kind of hoping that maybe they're just going to grab energy and leave. But they're throwing energy, so they either don't have a solid answer to my Mandibuzz, or they really like playing timeout games. So this game is going to take a while, and as soon as I notice that they're not swapping out, I'm immediately going to adjust my strategy an expectation of this game to the I need to play this as though it's going to time out. So I need to keep my mons alive if I can. Top up on energy as often as I can. Make sure that I've got energy in case I need to come in and snipe something. Which is why I am constantly running right up around 100 energy with this Mandibuzz here. And I need to take out this Mandibuzz and also preserve my own Mandibuzz to prevent my opponent from having more mons unfainted than mine. So if only we had something slightly more entertaining here. This is the kind of thing that you would do if you're watching Netflix, right? We're just going to continue to play out this matchup here. Nothing really doing. Been loving the new FPS update. I think it's been great. I know there's a lot of lags and bugs, but it's really kind of reinvigorated my love for GBL in the way that just everything looks so much smoother. It's much more responsive, and it's like, I mean, this video is running at 60 FPS, and my phone runs at 120. It's pretty incredible. But so getting down to red HP here when the Mandibuzz matchup. We're looking to go for another aerial ace, and I'm just going to see what I can do. They shield, so I actually don't mind shielding in kind here if they do throw a move, but I'm pretty sure I survived. So what I'm going to shield. All right, so I'm definitely going to look to win the switch here, try and make sure that their Mandibuzz does not have a chance to do anything to my team or bail out on its own. So I'm going to throw the aerial ace here. My opponent lets it go, which is good for me. Now they come in with Scrafty, so I know that I can get to this aerial ace here before they can take me out. So I'm looking to do some chip damage, and then I'm going to bail. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bail into my own Scrafty. They know I have Nidoqueen, but I'm going to come into my Scrafty because I know I can win this matchup with some HP advantage. And if they have something else to come in with against my Scrafty, they'll have done so already. So just going to continue and overload a little bit on energy before throwing this power-up punch. And just looking to win this punch off here. Now I will shield this to guarantee that I come out of this matchup with energy, which is ideal for me because that way I can either threaten the shield of whatever comes in afterwards. And they come in with a Stun Fisk, so I can immediately go for a boosted foul play. I can do some chip damage here, and then all I have to do is get this thing low enough to the point where anything else that I've got can handle it. Now, they go for a Rock Slide. This is not enough to be an Earthquake. Scrafty resists Rock Slide, and we hang on with a few HP, and we're going to go for this power-up punch here. I'm looking to just let it go at this point. I'm not worried too much about it. And I come up with Nidoqueen knowing that I'm just a couple of fast moves away. Now, I saw the timer pop up, which is why I hit that Poison Fang right away. Otherwise, I would have gone for the Earth Power to try and take it out, but they do shield the Poison Fang. And now, even at this HP range, I survive the Earthquake, so I will be able to take this one by timeout. GBL giveth and GBL taketh. So that's going to be a timeout one for me. Fantastic. Getting into the next battle here. Ace rank battles. Gyarados on the lead is a little scary, so I'm going to bail out here, and they opt to stay in and get some Dragon Breath damage off on my Mandibuzz before they also swap out. Now I'm going to try and punish them here with a Dark Pulse to try and just get them for the fact that they stayed in so long. I'll still have an energy advantage for whatever comes in next. And they come in with an Abomasnow, which is a hard counter to a degree. But these aerial aces do threaten. So I will throw as many as they let me throw. And then I will also, in kind, not shield any of their moves. Because I don't typically want to commit shields to like a hard counter secondary matchup. Because then I can just come in and farm harder with maybe Nidoqueen or Scrafty. So they're going to throw this. And what I'm thinking here is that if Abomasnow is their best answer to a Dark type, I'm going to come in with Nidoqueen, commit a couple of shields possibly, and try to farm this thing all the way down. Reason why is because I know that Gyarados is fairly squishy, and even though it's got those Aqua Tails loaded, if I can get a Poison Fang off on that thing, it's going to do a good chunk of its health, and I know that Scrafty is thick enough to be able to punch it the rest of the way down. So I am going to look to commit to this farm down, even with 2 shields, and I'm going to look to try and get a Poison Fang off of whatever comes in. Now, in hindsight, this was probably not the best idea, but I was feeling a little swifty, I guess. Now, I'm pretty sure that I was expecting the Gyarados to come in, but Poison Fang was the right move here. Now, Trevenant comes in, looking to soak this poison damage from me. Now, I've got 2 Poison Fangs ready to go, and I know it takes 5 to get to a Seed Bomb. They're not going to go for a Shadow Ball because my HP is so low. So I'm going to count to 5 moves. And I'm going to look to catch that Seed Bomb on my Mandibuzz like a champion. So that's fine. I'm not really super worried about it. It doesn't take out my Mandibuzz, and I am not able to get to a move before the Gyarados swaps in and takes me down. And I'm able to come in with having an aneurysm. Having Nidoqueen come in with that Poison Fang. Now, I'm pretty sure that they looked to throw the Aqua Tail. They might not have been quick enough, or something might have happened on there. I'm pretty sure Gyarados wins that CMP tie. But it takes me out after taking that Poison Fang and shielding it. Scrafty comes in, primed and ready. So my goal here is to punch this Gyarados as much as I can while having a foul play ready to go for when the Trevenant comes in, just to guarantee that I'm able to take it out before it gets to a Seed Bomb or a Shadow Ball or anything that could potentially threaten, especially because I know the Gyarados is going to be able to get me pretty low. So Seed Bomb would take me out from here. So I definitely need to make sure that I'm able to get to that foul play before the Trevenant gets to a Seed Bomb. Now, I've overloaded as much as I can comfortably do, so pop goes the pup, and then foul play comes out and takes out the Trevenant, and that is going to be GG's. Lots of trees in this Remix Cup, too, I've noticed. Lots of people are playing the tree. It's very popular. It's very good. I mean, Grass Ghost typing with Shadow Ball and Shadow Claw, that's very strong. Now, Dragalge, I'm not looking to stay in here. They resist my damage. Going to go into Mandibuzz and look to start getting some Dark Pulses off. They're not swapping out, so what I'm thinking is they may have an answer to Nidoqueen in the back and no real answer to a Mandibuzz. So they're building up to the Outrage. I will shield because I don't want to get blasted by an Outrage and lose this matchup. I want to be able to control the switch alignment here. So my opponent's staying in. I'll continue to throw Dark Pulses. Now they're letting these go, which also means that they may need to save shield for something in the back. So we're going to find out why. I'm looking to throw the Aerial Ace bait here. Just it's a little bit less energy, and it'll still take out the Dragalge from here anyway. So they're going to shield it up. And I'm going to look to try and throw another one, but I don't quite get there. I'll shield this as well, just in case it's another Outrage, which it is. And at this point I can farm down, but they come in with a Blastoise. Blastoise is a bit scary. Hydro Cannons come out fairly quick, even for Water Gun. 15 turns to a Hydro Cannon, I believe. And Scrafty is the only thing here equipped to deal with it, but it's got no shields. So this is a very, very tough matchup, and I'm looking to hopefully be able to take this out and handle whatever's in the back with Nidoqueen. I'm hoping that this was their answer to Nidoqueen. So they'll fire off this Hydro Cannon. I'll look to continue punching. My opponent gets to another Hydro Cannon here and is going to be able to take out my Scrafty in pretty short order. Unfortunate is what it is. So, I'm going to go for this power-up punch here. Try and do a little bit of chip damage. Hopefully get close enough to take this thing out. Not quite able to get it. They come in with Dragalge. We simultaneously KO and I lose all the energy on my Scrafty, which is really unfortunate. They really wanted to get rid of that Scrafty. It's alright, we got Nidoqueen with full HP. And in comes the Jellicent. So this is one of those teams that got me. This is a tough team to deal with. Dragalge double water. Very good, very interesting team though. I love the Blastoise pick. That was very nice. But this one is running Ice Beam, so this is pretty much over for me. I kind of understand that I'm up against it and there's not much I can do, but I'll do my best to try and win this game. I'm going to throw the Earth Power. They shield it. I'm going to be able to get to a Dark Pulse here with my Mandibuzz. And I'm going to look to try and get 2 Dark Pulses off, and that will seal the game if I'm able to get to 2. And we get 1 off. My opponent, however, is able to get to the Ice Beam right before I get to the Dark Pulse, so that's going to take me out. And now I have to, knowing that they have no energy, I have to be able to get to the Earth Power before this Jellicent is able to get to the move. And they are... Oh, we almost get there. We would have got there. We would have went CMP, but they do an expert catch on their Blastoise. And now they're going to be able to take me out. Good game to my opponent. That was excellently played on their part. There goes the Shadow Ball, going to take me out. GG's. So, you know, one of those teams that kind of hard countered me. It is what it is, though. They happen. That's GBO for you. So, Trevenant lead. kind of strong against Nidoqueen, but takes neutral damage from the poison, so they're going to come in with a Gliscor. I'm going to respond by throwing a Poison Fang. Gliscor gets walled by Mandibuzz, but I don't want to guarantee switch advantage here because Scrafty can handle the Trevenant, so I'm going to come in with Mandibuzz, and I'm going to look to just Dark Pulse this thing down here. This is effectively going to guarantee my ability to keep switch advantage here because Night Slash Earthquake is completely walled by Mandibuzz, so they're just going to let it go at this point, most likely. There's really not much for them to do in this matchup except for just kind of let it happen. Now I'm going to just continue farming, look to get some energy for the next matchup here. I know that the Trevenant's not going to come back in on my Mandibuzz, so I do get to see what they're going to have in the back. And now I will throw the Aerial Ace here as an energy effective move here. Don't need to throw a Dark Pulse at this HP range. Takes it out. Opponent's going to wait a bit before they come in with a Machamp. Now with a Machamp, I have so much energy that these Aerial Aces are going to threaten them. It's going to threaten their shields, it's going to threaten their HP, so I'm looking to throw as many as I can and not commit any shields here. I already know that I've got alignment. I got all I need. My Nidoqueen is going to be able to handle this Machamp the rest of the way, and then Scrafty is going to be able to come in and handle that Trevenant with no problem. So they're going to go ahead and continue punching and throw energy right before I get to the next charge move, so I'm going to let them take me out here. And then let Nidoqueen come in. They're going to look to throw some damage here. They did not get up to a payback, so I'm not worried about it. And it's just a cross drop, so easy peasy. I'm going to continue farming up here. My opponent staying in this matchup is not good for them. They should have swapped out much sooner to get into that Trevenant. Unfortunately, they would have been met with the Scrafty, but at least they wouldn't be doing resistant damage and basically wasting their Machamp's health here. But regardless, I'm going to continue playing this out. I got all this energy here. I have no need to really worry too much about my Nidoqueen at this point. She's done her job. But I do shield just to guarantee that I can start lopping some Poison Fangs off at this Trevenant before I go down. And then Scrafty just has to get up to the foul play, and that'll be GT's. Just going to continue. Yep, there's the Poison Fang number 2. And then as soon as I'm out here, I'm going to bail to Scrafty and just get up to that foul play and take the game from there. And there it be. And my opponent looks to concede there. They know what's going to happen, so they just kind of ended a little bit early. That's okay. Alright, getting into the next battle here. Nidoqueen lead versus Virizion. Now this was an interesting battle. I had to put this one in here. Just so much interesting stuff here in some of these games. You get the meta, and then you get stuff like Virizion, which you don't see, and that's really cool. Now it is a grass fighting type, so it is effectively walled by Nidoqueen, so they're going to bail into their Stunfisk, and I'm going to come in with my Scrafty and Kind. I don't really have a better option to come in with here. I'm not going to play it out with Nidoqueen, so my best option is just come in with Scrafty and try and punch down. Now I will have to commit one shield to the coming up Earthquake here, and I have to. I don't really have a choice, but it's okay because I'm going to guarantee that I'm going to win Switch here. And even though Scrafty isn't necessarily going to be able to do a ton of damage to the Virizion with like Foul Play or anything, I will just punch until it takes me out. So we'll just kind of do Scrafty things here. Just going to look to throw a Foul Play or a Power Up Punch at the Virizion when it comes back in. They're running the Quick Attack. Wish they had a better Fast Move. Virizion would be such a good pick if it had a better Fast Move. Quick Attack's just not cut it. Gonna go for the Power Up Punch here. Wasn't really sure. I actually don't know the counts for Quick Attack to things like Leaf Blade and Close Combat, Sacred Sword, so I just went for the guaranteed damage while I could. They're gonna take me out with a Leaf Blade. I'm gonna come back in with the Nidoqueen, and they're gonna come in with a Steelix, a big shiny Best Buddy Steelix. That's pretty awesome. I'm gonna go for the Earth Power. I'm either gonna take a shield here, or I'm gonna do some massive super effective damage. And then I'm gonna look to come in with Mandibuzz, because most Steelix run Crunch and Earthquake. So just like Gliscor, they're walled by Mandibuzz. All they got is their damage from Dragon Tail, which is not going to be quite enough to take out my Mandibuzz here. So just going to continue to farm up energy and start throwing these Dark Pulses out. Now my opponent's still got 2 shields, and Steelix is pretty darn tanky. So we're just going to kind of see what happens here in this battle with these Dark Pulses. But I've pretty much got this game on lock. The The Steelix can't do much against me, and the Virizion either eats an Aerial Ace. Okay, so they catch on Virizion, they catch the Dark Pulse, which is awesome by my opponent. Very good catch, especially with the over-farming using the Force like that. But I'm just going to go for an Aerial Ace here, most likely, and try and wait out the switch clock and get a shield off my opponent. And then Nidoqueen can come in and finish this job up for us. So, yep, going to come in with Nidoqueen. Looking to either farm down. I don't need a shield here. It's just a Leaf Blade. My opponent has Leaf Blade, probably has Sacred Sword. So I'm just going to let them have that. And then I'm looking to get this Poison Fang off so that I can just have the Steelix left. And then either they take me out and I come back in with Mandibuzz, or I get them with the Earth Power or Poison Fang. And their HP is low enough to the point where that's all it needs to happen. So I'm going to throw Poison Fang here. No need to go for the Earth Power with as low HP as this has. Mandibuzz can take care of the rest. They do shield, and then they just concede at that point. So GG's to my opponent. That was an awesome team. Mad respect for the Virizion. That was awesome. Alright, so yet another Mandibuzz lead. So again, we took games that were relatively good. Not super embarrassingly bad losses, and not all of the super embarrassingly bad wins. But here's where I'm going to try and catch on my Mandibuzz, kind of like before here. And they throw an Aerial Ace, so they must have seen it coming, or I must not have caught correctly. So they come with Nidoqueen. So just flipping the script on me here now. Nidoqueen, again, it needs to go for a few Poison Fangs before those Poison Jabs can take me out. And knowing that I'm locked in here, knowing that they're going to need to do that, I'm going to be able to get some Dark Pulses out here and start to threaten their shields and HP. And it's a Shadow. I wish I had a Shadow. I actually don't have a Shadow Nidoqueen for Ultra League. I wish I did, but I just don't. So, all right. So we're looking to throw some more Dark Pulses here, and we got this Nidoqueen super low. Now I'm going to be able to survive this next Poison Fang, and I should be able to get to a move here. So I'm going to look to either get a shield or win switch, but instead I switch right into my Nidoqueen, knowing that I can farm it all the way down before it gets to even an Earth Power here. They're going to throw the Poison Fang to debuff me. And then they're going to swap into Politoed. I have so much energy that I'm going to be able to get to 2 or 3 Poison Fangs before they can even get to the Weather Ball. So at this point, I'm happy to do that. And I know that my Scrafty can close this game out for me here just by punching things like it's good at. So we're going to throw some more Poison Fangs here, lower the defense on this Politoed. My opponent's still not shielding. They're going to have to start shield at some point here. And I'm going to go in and get all this damage off. Guaranteed. Or lower that defense so that my Scrafty can come and punch this thing's lights out. So, yes, there it is. And now they're going to throw the energy. They're throwing the Weather Ball. I actually don't shield this. I have no need to. I don't feel a need to. I'd rather save my shields for Scrafty, who now comes in, starts countering down the Politoed, and is going to eat a Weather Ball, which I'm not going to shield because that's going to tickle. Scrafty is so strong in the Ultra League. It's just unbelievably strong. It's thick, and it does so much damage, and if you give it a chance to ramp up and give it shields, it's just unstoppable. So, even though this Mandibuzz has almost full HP, I know that my Scrafty can do a very good job of countering it down. I will commit both my shields to these Aerial Aces just to prevent it from taking me out. But just constantly pupping, even in the 2 shield, Scrafty wins this quite handily, which is what I'm exactly looking to do here. So they continue to throw the Aerial Ace. I'll shield this one up as well. I know that the Nidoqueen is just about bone dry on energy, and I know that that Politoed is not going to be able to get to another move before I can take it out with something here, because they're also dry on energy. They just threw the move and bailed. So I'm in a pretty prime spot here to let Scrafty sweep the rest of this team here, and they commit a shield to the power-up punch. They're throwing an Aerial Ace in kind. Be able to take it out? Let's find out. Aerial Ace comes through, hits the Scrafty. We're going to get that power-up punch off. It's not going to do quite enough damage to take out the Mandibuzz from this range, but it's going to get pretty close. And the switch clock is up. It's been up for a while, actually, I'm pretty sure. But just in case, I need to be able to make sure that my opponent isn't going to swap on me and try and do any silly business. So, coming with Nidoqueen. Game clock comes up, 15 seconds left. Gonna start poison jabbing things. Politoed can't get to a move before I get to the Poison Fang. Mandibuzz goes down, and all they've got left is that Mandibuzz, which now goes down to 1 fast move, and that is GG's. We've got One last game here against Ferrickster himself, fellow content creator, excellent battler, always on the leaderboards. Was super pumped to get matched up against him. So as S-Cavalier on the lead, I'm looking to swap out on 7 to catch the drill run, which I am successful at doing. And honestly, I think this probably is what defined the rest of this game here. So comes in with Typhlosion with Incinerate. Now I'm counting up the fast moves here. I want to make sure that I don't screw up the alignment because one Incinerate sneaking through is going to be devastating for me. So I throw the Dark Pulse. We get him down to about half HP. And I'm counting his Incinerates to make sure that I know how much energy. He cannot get up to 2 Blast Burns at a time, so he will need to throw another Incinerate before he can get to another Blast Burn. So I'm going to take advantage of that and look to throw an Aerial Ace to try and bait that shield off of him. After he saw how much damage that Dark Pulse did, I'm hoping I get a shield here. And he doesn't even shield it, so what a chance. Well, we're going to go ahead and continue to snarl down. And again, going to go for that Aerial Ace. Now it's just going to cost less energy, and it'll take him out if we don't get the shield. But we do get a shield, which is good. And at this point, I'm going to let it go. I do know that a Blast Burn will not KO from this range. I can either farm down, or he's going to have to switch. So he looks to switch into the S-Cavalier. I'm going to look to get this Dark Pulse off and come in with Scrafty, I believe, to start punching down this S-Cavalier. So we're going to be able to do neutral damage to the S-Cavalier, start power-up punching if need be, and he's going to throw a move. I'm afraid of the Mega Horn, so I do shield this, even though it is just a drill run. And I'll continue to farm down this S-Cav until it's gone. And now he's only got a Typhlosion that needs to get to one more Incinerate to get to a move. And he comes in with Politoed, and now this thing scares me, because, ladies and gentlemen, Politoed hurts Nidoqueen really bad. And if it gets out of hand, if he shields this foul play, I'm in trouble. So I'm going to go for the foul play, hoping that he thinks that just because it was one counter, it was just a power-up punch. We land the foul play, though, which is huge. Still got a shield up, but now at this point, I can just go straight for power-up punches. He's going to go and throw a move. I'm thinking he might have a big move, or he just throws a Weather Ball. And I'm thinking that I had CMP'd, but I guess not. So the game lets him throw back-to-back Weather Balls, which, I mean, it's fine. A little bit unfortunate, though. So I'm going to come up with Nidoqueen. I have almost 2 Poison Fangs, and he just threw all of his energy. So I'm going to go ahead, and I'm going to be able to get to this other Poison Fang before my opponent Ferrickster is going to be able to get to a Weather Ball. And that's going to take out the Politoed. And then all I have to do is Poison Jab down the Typhlosion. And that, as they say, is that. Takes out the Typhlosion. That's GG's. Awesome battle, Ferrickster. That was an awesome, awesome battle. So, again, I cut up these battles. So, this particular set was a 3-2, but I had nothing but positive sets the night I ran this team. So, felt very awesome to be able to run this team in the Ultra League Remix Cup. Probably got up to the upper 2300s with it by the time I was done. But that, ladies and gentlemen, is the Nidoqueen Double Dark Ultra Remix Cup Team Showcase. Hope you enjoyed these battles. If you did, please like, subscribe, and if you want, throw in the comments how have your battles been going in this Ultra League Remix Cup. Are you hyped for Holiday Cup? Because I know I am. This next week's video is probably going to be Holiday Cup because I've about had it with Ultra League at this point with all the XOs running around. So, again, if you're interested in coaching, GBL advice, or just being in a community where you can get better at GBL just by being there, please check out my Patreon in the description. It's also right here underneath me in the video here. And that'll do it for this week's video. Thank you everybody for watching, and bye-bye.